Quick fitness update to bring you on the injury sustained by Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka in Arsenal's 5-0 demolition of Leeds on Saturday. Odegaard was forced off with a shoulder injury in the first half, while Bukayo Saka felt something in his left hamstring, which is the opposite hamstring to the one that he injured last season. And of course, he was forced to undergo surgery. But it's positive news. Scans took place yesterday, so on Sunday, and Bukayo Saka has avoided a serious hamstring injury, and he will be sidelined for a matter of weeks rather than months. Saka is a notoriously quick healer, always responds well to treatment, and on a number of occasions when he's picked up issues in the past, he seems to recover fairly quickly. But he is set to miss next week, or this weekend's crunch trip to Anfield, but it's believed he'll be back, although no official timeline has been placed on his recovery. He's believed to be sidelined for around about a month. There is a chance he could return slightly quicker than that, so he'll miss the upcoming international matches with England. But given there was real concern when he went down and felt something while sprinting, something Mikel Arteta noted, that, you know, the fact he sort of felt a sensation in his hamstring and some tightness while sprinting usually indicates, you know, it could potentially be serious. But it's positive news because of the international break. Saka probably won't miss as many games as maybe Arsenal had anticipated, or maybe as many games he would have missed if there was no international break coming up. So he's set to miss the trip to Anfield. He is probably going to miss the Nottingham Forest game after the international break. And probably the target will be for him to return for the match against Manchester City, which takes place in around about 3 weeks' time. You know, I don't think Arsenal will be absolutely desperate to rush him back if he's not ready. Because it's going to be a long season and Arsenal need all of their top players if they're to win the Premier League title this season. But as I said, a real boost really, because there was some concern, that, you know, if he had suffered a potential serious strain or tear, that obviously he would be facing a long time out. But it's all good. Saka appeared to say to the Arsenal physios while he was on the pitch that he felt sort of cramp and a tightness. Obviously, we'll see how he responds to the treatment over the coming weeks, but good news on that front. In terms of Martin Odegaard, avoided serious injury. He is still doubtful for Sunday's visit to Anfield, but it's believed to be a little bit of a knock to his AC joint, which is in his shoulder. No sort of dislocation or anything like that. He's believed to have left Arsenal's Emirates Stadium in a sling on Saturday evening, but it's positive and it should heal quickly. I think, you know, it's a key talking point really, that, you know, last season if Odegaard and Saka would have gone off injured, it would have been an absolutely crisis situation for Arsenal. But because of the newly assembled squad depth that they have following a record summer of spending, I think Arsenal have the ability to cope without them. Obviously, both players would be huge misses against Liverpool when Arsenal really need to sort of get a decent result. Although it's early season, I think they'll be looking to go to Anfield and nick a win, really. A draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world, but there's newly assembled squad depth. Obviously, Eberechi Eze is going to do a full week of training ahead of the trip to Anfield. I'd be surprised if he starts, but you never know. And then you've got the likes of Noni Madueke, Max Dowman, of course, sensational, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard from Wanyeri, that can all probably do a job if required out on the right. I think the likelihood is we'll probably see Noni Madueke start as a right wing and then Martinelli or Trossard on the left side. But we don't know, because there's a lot of options now at Mikel Arteta's disposal, and we'll have to see how preparations in training go for Arteta, who I'm sure will experiment experiment with a number of different options. Noni Madueke obviously played on the left-hand side against Leeds, but I think primarily he was brought in to provide cover and competition for Saka, so I would expect him to start on the right-hand side. But big game for Arsenal, and although they could be without both Saka and Odegaard, I think they'll be rather happy with the nature of the results of the scans that they've received back on both players.